We have said collagen is a stiff molecule. That would not work for many of our tissues that need uh, elasticity. For example, lungs, we use lungs to breathe. These balloons have to have elasticity. When they expand, they suck the air in, and when they're squeezed, they have to have the ability to expand and also contract. Collagen cannot do these functions on their own. Also, our blood vessels have to have elasticity. If they were very stiff, they could rupture relatively easily. There's another molecule present in the extracellular matrix that gives extracellular matrix elasticity, appropriately named elastin. So let's look at the properties of this molecule. Skin, blood vessels, lungs, they need strength and also elasticity to function. So strength can come, for example, from the collagen component of the ECM. However, elasticity is not forte of the collagen molecules. A network of elastic fibers and extracellular matrix of these tissues give them the required resilience so they can recoil after transient stretching. So if you pull on your skin, you can pull it to a certain extent, after which you will not be able to pull it. And then you have to have elasticity, so when you release the skin, it goes back to its original position. Elastic fibers are at least 5 times more extensible than a rubber band of the same cross-sectional area. So the biomolecule is very, very flexible. Long, inelastic collagen fibrils are interwoven with the elastic fibers to limit the extent of stretching to prevent tissue from tearing. So, as I mentioned earlier, the strength is basically, or resilience is a function of collagen component of the ECM, whereas the elasticity basically allows these molecules to stretch and then come back to their original position. The main component of elastic fibers is elastin. It is a highly hydrophobic protein, about 750 amino acids long, and it is unusually rich in proline and glycine, which is sort of, it shares this feature with collagen, but it is not glycosylated, and however, it contains some hydroxy-prolines, but no hydroxylysines. Soluble tropoelastin, or the precursor of elastin, is secreted onto the extracellular space and assembled into elastic fibers close to the plasma membrane. Again, these molecules are secreted close to the plasma membrane because your cells need to grab these molecules and orient them in a specific manner, so it's not haphazard or random. Generally, this happens in the infoldings of the cell that allows these cells to grab onto these molecules and put them in proper orientation. After secretion, the tropoelastin molecules become highly cross-linked. The lysines, again here, sort of similar. This is a sort of similarity between elastin and collagen. And this basically results in generation of extensive network of elastic fibers and sheets. This mechanism, again, is similar to the cross-linking mechanism of collagen. So here, for example, we have these different domains that I talked about. So you can think of these yellow portions as the hydrophobic domains. Remember, we talked about free energy. Hydrophobic entities tend to come close together. So if these two came together, these two yellow domains will, if they come together, that will be the favorable and energetic form of this molecule. And here you have these stretches where you have lysines, and these lysines are used to form cross-links, intermolecular bonds between two elastin molecules. So this is elastic fiber in its resting stage. Once you stretch it, these two hydrophobic domains can come apart, and this structure will stretch. But again, the free energy dictates that these two domains come close together, and when you release the force from this structure, it will collapse again and assume this shape. So again, this domain, this blue domain, is alanine lysine rich, and also has helical segments in it. Elastin is the dominant extracellular matrix protein in arteries. About 50% of the dry weight of the largest artery, the aorta, is basically the elastin. Mutations in elastin gene cause deficiency of protein in mice or humans, result in narrowing of aorta or other arteries as a result of excessive proliferation of smooth muscle cells in the arterial wall. So not only it has elastic properties, but it also prevents excessive proliferation of these smooth muscle cells, because if there is stenosis or narrowing of these blood vessels, you can well imagine it will affect the blood supply to the relevant tissue, and would be not a good thing for those cells living in that tissue. The normal elasticity of an artery is required to restrain the proliferation of these cells. Elastic fibers are composed of elastin core, which is covered with a sheath of microfibrils which have a diameter of about 10 nanometer. So here you can see an electron micrograph, scanning electron micrograph of dog's aorta. This is a low power view. If you look at it up close together, you can see this dense network of longitudinally oriented elastic fibers, which are in the outer layer of this same blood vessel is being observed with a higher magnification. And also, I should point out, what you are seeing is basically elastic fibers, and because the other components of this structure have been removed through digestion of different enzymes. So elastic fibers, they give the elasticity. Collagen fibers, they give the resilience to the connective tissue.